to the Christian Recorder Dialogue General Conference 2024. We are in day 3 and we are making it, okay? We are here in Columbus, Ohio, and throughout this time, we are going to be meeting with dynamic leaders who are just moving us forward in the right direction. I have the pleasure of actually sitting with a family friend that I learned is a family friend who knows my parents, the dynamic Miss Jacquelyn Dupont-Walker. It's very nice to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good early morning.
Early morning, right? Yeah, it's early, but we are here and we are fired up and we're ready to go. And so I'm going to read a little bit about her. I apologize for reading from my phone, but I just want you to know a little bit about her before we get into our questions. I'm excited to be with her and to just talk to her because we share similar backgrounds. So I'm excited to have this conversation. So Jacquelyn Dupont-Walker is the founding president of the Word Economic Development Corporation, and for 29 years has led the corporation in development over 280 units of affordable housing, one major shopping mall, encouraging indigenous leadership, creating neighborhood networks, and facilitating job creations, also conducting asset mapping and spearheading an intergenerational community building effort. She also chairs the USC Master Plan Advisory Committee, where she represents the residents of the West Adams District. Mrs. Dupont-Walker also chairs the Exposition Park Strategic Plan and is a vice chair of the Baldwin Hills Conservancy, But in addition, she serves as the AME Church International Social Action Officer and on a host of other civic organizations. And as a lifetime law member of the AME Church, Mrs. DuPont-Walker created the AME V-Alert, the Voter Mobilization Plan. She is an officer of Ward AME Church in Los Angeles, where she serves on the board of stewards and also the lay and missionaries and chair the Social Action Commission. That was a lot, but you're fabulous, and I love it. We love it. We love a good resume. Okay, so I'm just want to just ask you a few questions. We are in a heightened time right now here, just in the world, but also here at General Conference. And if you all have been following all that's going on, we have a lot going on right now. So my first question to you is, why do you have such a commitment to social action and social justice?
Thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then I ask God the same question.
Mm.
I was born into a family where my father was the leader of a bus boycott not many people know about. And that was the Tallahassee bus boycott that was simultaneous to the Montgomery bus boycott.
Mm.
And so at a very young age, he had to teach us to crawl around the house for fear of a bullet coming through the window and to be vigilant because a cross may be burned on the lawn. That was my daddy's walk. My daddy was the one who organized the carpool. As a result of that, they tried to take his license. They tried to fire my mother. So we came up in that kind of atmosphere. Um, I'd like to say that I made a decision, but I didn't. All of the schools of higher education were desegregated except Florida State University.
Wow.
As I was graduating from high school. We called it the Crackers Paradise lovingly or not so lovingly. Uh, and my high school homeroom teacher and my parents got together and decided that since I had a test score high enough to go to Florida State, that's where I'd be going. So I didn't say, let me go for the people and go, but I was there. It became patently aware to me that this was the walk God had called out for me.
Mm.
And so it's not easy, but when you understand it's a calling, it's empowering. And so I do it after prayer, careful prayer. And I can tell you that when I pray about it, uh, nothing is impossible. When I do it because I think I got this and God, let's go, I get exhausted. And so it's something that I can't not do. It's my
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah, it's a calling for sure, and it can be exhausting. And when you serve and when you've been called to serve, it's fulfilling, but it also can be taxing. And I say that because I'll give you a little 5-second story. I went to Wilberforce University before I transferred to Claflin, and for those who do not know what Wilberforce University is, very dear to the AME Church. It is the first privately owned for us by us university, Black owned establishment, collegiate school, founded in 1856. And I love it dearly. And it's actually only an hour from here in Wilberforce, Ohio. near Xenia. And when I got on campus August 4th, 2008, I just thought we were just, we were all past this social action and or all of the injustice. And we had this alert on our phone that would alert us if white hoods were on campus in 2008. And I'm like, this is when President Obama is running.
That's correct.
And there will be white hoods on our campus. And I'm like, there's just no way in 2008 that we're still going through this. And even now, right? So my next question to you is, do you think the AME Church is doing enough in social action?
I think we can do more.
Okay.
And that's why the fact that this is the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Social Action Commission is important. Some people would say we missed the mark in 1964 when we refused to make it a department and give it staff. Maybe that was the blessing, because then people would remain committed. It would just become business as usual. What we know is that we're called to be a church of liberation. Absolutely. And when we treat that work as if it's something we do when we can, if we can, then we have missed the mark. It is our legacy. So no, even if we were 100% with the department as large as the United Methodist or United Church of Christ Social Action Department with staff, it would not be enough, because our people still need us. And our people is not just people of African descent, but people who need a voice.
Absolutely.
I would tell you one of the greatest joys was when Bishop Beeman and Bishop Brailsford asked me would I bring Amy Wheeler to South Africa for the last election, which was this year. And they have been voting a shorter period, but the lethargy is there.
Right.
So I think the calling for us is to always keep the stimulus. It sounds hard, but with the cow rods, you hit the cow and they keep going. We need the stimulus right now, because we are at a point where we have the power, because we can sit at a table, we can be in office, but we don't have the courage to speak up about the things and to act and do what we need to do. So no, we have not done enough. And I think it starts with how we raise our people in the church, not just children, how we raise our people in the church at whatever age.
And that is my last question to you. Great segue. For people like myself, the millennial age, where we are not quiet, we are standing up. We're tough. We will not be silenced. What advice do you have for people like us who are fighting for social justice?
Let those who you believe are walking the walk you're called to pour into you everything they have. You don't have to take it and use it 100%, but you have the benefit of it. Yeah. Let us begin to run interference when it's needed. You don't have to be the first one out to get the bullet. For some of us, we're ready to take that bullet so you can jump over our bodies and keep going. It's very, very important not to just dismiss the experiences of the past, because there's something to be learned.
Absolutely.
So I think and I have a blended family. I have 6 bonus kids and 2 birth kids. And I have 24 grandkids. Woo! And I'm always doing this to them. And what hits me is I don't get to have them always tell me that they hurt me. I see it. And so show what you want. Push back. Because I pushed back in my day when I didn't like what someone was telling me. But sometimes I learn, and often I learn, why the person took the opportunity to say that to me. It may not have been the way I wanted to hear it, or I thought I was not receiving it. But there is no accident, the people you encounter and that I encounter. So this encounter today means something.
Absolutely.
In fact, I met your father and mother on this journey, doing this work. And so it's so important. And here you are. Now. And I know you're going to be doing the same thing, because it's never a battle that won't be needed. And Coretta Scott King said it, and I didn't understand it until now. And my dad said something similar. He said, I'm not sad to be retiring. I'm sad that it appears that the same battles I thought we won. And Coretta said, every generation must be convinced anew. So every 20 years or so, it has to be shared so that you don't walk through into the same doors and the same pitfalls. And so right now we're at that period. So 2024 and this election, means a lot because it is that new era where the new leadership is coming, even in churches. If you look across this country,
Yeah.
the people who are retiring from the pulpits and new ones are coming in. This is a time to jumpstart it with the benefit of the Sankofa moment and the joy of the current age and the faith, the mustard seed faith, to step out and do what needs to be done.
I love that, and I am hoping that the younger generations and the older generations can come together. I still think there is a little divide, of course, just because things were done differently and back then than maybe now. But I think these type of conversations are important because sometimes we just need to listen and just take notes and understand and learn, right? Before we're out there in the fire and those type of things as well. So I just think that is so
Build that
important.
relationship.
Yeah, oh,
Relationships
absolutely. The relationships matter.
Yes,
Absolutely. So I want to
yes.
thank you for your time. I will not hold you.
Thank
I know
you.
your bishop is about to reside. So thank you so much for this time. For those who are watching, thank you. We will have many more interviews to come and stay tuned. Have a great day.